Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? You open your eyes, the sun is peeking through the window, and instead of feeling rested or ready for the day, you just want to roll over and pull the covers back up. Maybe your joints ache a little more, or your mind feels foggy, or you're already thinking about everything you have to do, and none of it feels exciting. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many people in their 60s and beyond feel like they've lost that morning spark. That bounce in your step, that lightness in your body, that motivation to get up and do something. It's not just frustrating, it can feel like a little piece of joy is missing from the start of each day. But here's the good news, it doesn't have to be that way. Waking up with energy and a clear head isn't something reserved for the young. It's something you can experience too, with just a few gentle changes to how you prepare your body and mind. And I'm not talking about anything extreme or complicated. Just small, intentional steps that help you wake up feeling refreshed, not exhausted. So let's talk about what really makes a difference. Not just the usual, get 8 hours of sleep advice, but real, practical shifts you can make starting tonight that will help you rise in the morning feeling lighter, brighter, and more alive. Let's start with the first change. And it begins before your head even hits the pillow. Most of us don't think about energy as something we build the night before, but it is. The way you spend the hour or two before bed sets the stage for everything that happens the next morning. If your evening is full of screens, loud noises, stress, or even just too much stimulation, your body may lie down, but your nervous system doesn't truly rest. One of the best things you can do is create a calming, reliable bedtime rhythm. Not just a routine, a rhythm. Something you begin to associate with peace. That might mean dimming the lights, turning off the TV or phone, and giving yourself permission to unwind. A warm bath, a few gentle stretches, even just sitting quietly with a cup of herbal tea and a soft blanket. It sounds simple, but this one shift helps your brain start producing more melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. And when your body is supported to fall asleep more deeply, you don't just sleep longer, you rest better. That means fewer wake-ups in the night, less tossing and turning, and much more energy waiting for you when the sun comes up. But let's go a little deeper, because energy in the morning also has a lot to do with what you eat the night before. You might not think your dinner or late-night snack has anything to do with your morning energy, but it absolutely does. Heavy, processed, or sugary foods, especially late in the evening, can send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. And when that happens, your sleep becomes shallow. Your body is too busy digesting or dealing with the spikes and crashes to fully rest. Try having a lighter evening meal, and if you need a snack before bed, reach for something that won't spike your blood sugar. A small handful of almonds, a slice of turkey, a spoonful of nut butter. These contain healthy fats and protein that keep your blood sugar stable and help your body relax naturally. You don't have to give up your favorite foods, just be a little more mindful of the timing and the balance. Give your body a chance to wind down instead of working overtime while you sleep. Now, once the night is done and the morning light arrives, the next step to waking up energized might surprise you. It's movement. I know, when you're tired, the last thing you feel like doing is getting up and moving. But the truth is, your body wants to move first thing in the morning. It's like lighting a match, the spark that wakes up your muscles, your circulation, and even your brain. But here's the key, it doesn't have to be a workout. Just a little movement to tell your body, hey, we're awake now. Let's get going. That could mean swinging your arms gently while you walk to the kitchen. A few simple stretches next to your bed. Rolling your shoulders, lifting your heels, taking some deep breaths. You'll be amazed at how even 2 or 3 minutes of movement can shift everything. Your joints feel looser. Your breath deepens. Your mind clears. You start to feel awake, not just out of bed. And there's something powerful about sending that message to your body first thing in the morning. I'm here. I'm choosing to move. I'm choosing to feel good today. But of course, all this gentle movement is best supported by something we often overlook: water. Your body is a beautiful, intricate system. And when you sleep, you naturally lose moisture through your breath, your skin, and your body's natural processes. So when you wake up, even if you don't feel thirsty, you're already a little dehydrated. And dehydration doesn't always show up as thirst. It shows up as fatigue, brain fog, stiff joints, dry eyes, even grumpiness. That's why one of the simplest things you can do for your morning energy is to drink a glass of water, ideally before coffee or breakfast. Bonus points if you add a little squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt for extra minerals. That one glass of water in the morning, it's like oiling the gears. Your digestion wakes up. Your blood flows more easily. Your brain perks up. And suddenly your body starts to say, okay, we're ready. Let's go. And isn't that the feeling we're all after? Not just being awake but feeling awake. Feeling like you have the energy to do the things you love. Whether it's gardening, going for a walk, reading, or simply enjoying your morning coffee without that heavy, sluggish cloud hanging over you. You deserve that feeling. You absolutely do. And it doesn't require changing your entire life. Just a few gentle shifts, done consistently and with care. Now that we've begun creating an evening routine and adjusting our mindset around sleep, it's time to look at what's happening inside your body, and how you can naturally boost the energy your body gives you every morning. Let's talk about something that's often overlooked, yet incredibly powerful: hydration. You see, the first thing your body needs when you wake up isn't coffee, it's water. After a full night of sleep, your body is a bit like a sponge that's been sitting out all night. Dry, a little stiff, and in need of some life. Many of us go for hours, sometimes until lunchtime, without drinking a proper glass of water. And by then it's no wonder we feel foggy, slow, or even a little grumpy. A simple glass of water first thing in the morning can do wonders. It gets your digestion going, flushes out toxins, and wakes up your brain without any caffeine at all. A good way to make this easier? Keep a glass or bottle of water by your bedside table. That way, as soon as you sit up, it's right there waiting for you. Even a few sips are better than none. And if you want to take it up a notch, try warm water with a slice of lemon. It's gentle on the stomach, refreshing, and gives your metabolism a little nudge to start the day. Now, hydration is just one part of the physical side of energy. The next habit might surprise you because it's something so many of us stop doing as we get older. Moving our bodies in the morning. I'm not talking about running laps or lifting heavy weights, unless you want to, of course. I mean gentle movement. A short walk around the house. A few stretches by the kitchen sink while your tea is steeping. Even lifting your arms up over your head and rolling your shoulders back and forth. This simple act of movement sends a clear message to your brain. I'm ready. Let's go. It gets your blood flowing, increases your oxygen, and begins to shake off any stiffness that might have crept in overnight. And it doesn't have to take long. 5 to 10 minutes of intentional movement in the morning can make a huge difference in how alert, strong, and energized you feel all day. Some folks love to start their day with a little music. Why not put on your favorite song, something that makes you feel young at heart, and let your body move the way it wants to? Even a slow sway or tapping your feet to the rhythm can bring a smile to your face and a spark to your spirit. Of course, physical energy is deeply connected to what we put into our bodies, and that brings us to another crucial step: eating the right kind of breakfast. Now, I know breakfast can be a tricky one. Some people swear by it, others skip it entirely. But here's the thing, your body has been fasting all night. It needs fuel not just to keep you going but to start you off in the right direction. But not all breakfasts are created equal. A sugary pastry or a couple slices of toast might be easy, but they can leave you crashing just an hour or two later. Instead, think about combining protein, healthy fats, and some fiber. Something like scrambled eggs with spinach, a bowl of oatmeal with nuts and berries, or a smoothie with banana, peanut butter, and a little protein powder or yogurt. These kinds of breakfasts help keep your blood sugar steady, your brain alert, and your muscles nourished. And they don't take long to make. You can even prepare some parts the night before, like overnight oats or chopped fruit ready to blend. And while we're here, let me gently remind you of something many people over 60 tend to underestimate: the role of muscle in energy. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. It's just a part of life. But the less muscle we have, the more tired we tend to feel. The good news is, you don't need a gym or fancy equipment to maintain strong muscles. Simple bodyweight movements like sitting and standing from a chair without using your hands, or standing on your toes while brushing your teeth, can do the trick. You might be wondering, what does this have to do with waking up energized? Well, more strength equals better circulation. And better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients delivered to your brain and muscles, which means more energy when you wake up. It's all connected. Your muscles, your sleep, your hydration, your food, they work together like a beautiful orchestra. And when they're in tune, mornings become something to look forward to, not dread. But here's the thing most people don't realize. Even if you do everything else right, sleep well, eat well, hydrate, and move, you can still wake up groggy if your morning environment isn't supporting you. Imagine waking up and the first thing you see is a cluttered nightstand, a dark room, or a blaring alarm clock. That kind of start doesn't feel energizing, it feels jarring. So think about how you can make your morning space feel peaceful. Can you open the curtains as soon as you wake up to let the sunlight in? Can you swap your harsh alarm for gentle chimes or your favorite nature sounds? Can you keep your space clean and organized so your mind feels light, not overwhelmed? You don't need to redecorate your whole room. Even little touches make a big difference. A plant on the windowsill, A soft rug beside your bed. A photo that makes you smile. When your surroundings feel calm and inviting, your energy naturally follows. And energy, my friend, isn't just about your body. It's about your mindset. How you choose to begin your day sets the tone for everything else. So take a deep breath. Stretch. Sip that water. Put on your favorite slippers or sweater. And remind yourself, today is a new day and I'm here for it. You know, sometimes the most powerful boost of energy doesn't come from what we do physically, but from what we feel emotionally. That spark you get when you wake up excited about something, even something small, can be stronger than any cup of coffee. So let's talk about something that many of us overlook as we get older, having a purpose in the morning. Now, I don't mean a grand mission or a huge to-do list. I mean something that makes you want to get out of bed. Something that makes you feel alive. For some folks, it's watering the garden and checking on the plants. For others, it's writing in a journal, calling a loved one, or simply sitting in the morning sun with a cup of tea and a grateful heart. That sense of purpose can be your secret fuel. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to matter to you. And when you give yourself a reason to look forward to the morning, even just a little one, you'll find it easier to rise with a smile instead of a sigh. A lovely way to build this into your life is by starting a tiny morning ritual that's just for you. Not something you have to do, but something you get to do. Maybe you light a candle while you pray or meditate. Maybe you listen to a favorite song or write down one thing you're grateful for. These small rituals can create a kind of magic, where your morning becomes something sacred, not just another part of the day to push through. Now, once your mindset is gently waking up and your body is starting to move, there's one more element that ties it all together beautifully: consistency. And I'll be honest, this is where most people slip up. Not because they're lazy or forgetful, but because life happens. One night you stay up late watching a movie. One morning you skip breakfast because the phone rang. It's normal. But when you treat your energy habits like something flexible instead of fragile, it becomes easier to stay on track. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent enough. Going to bed at the same time most nights. Drinking your water most mornings. Moving your body most days. It adds up. Your body starts to recognize the rhythm, and before you know it, waking up with energy becomes the default, not the exception. But here's something even more important. Be kind to yourself on the days it doesn't go perfectly. There will be mornings when you feel tired. Days when you oversleep. That's okay. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means you're human. And the beauty of being human is that we get to start again, every day. And speaking of starting again, have you ever noticed how much your thoughts in the first 10 minutes of your day affect the rest of it? It's incredible. If you wake up thinking, I'm already behind, or I didn't sleep well, your brain grabs onto that feeling, and it follows you like a cloud. But if you can pause, take a deep breath, and gently shift your thoughts, even slightly, it can change everything. Try this. The moment you open your eyes before checking your phone or turning on the TV, whisper to yourself, today is going to be a good day. You don't have to believe it fully yet. Just say it. Plant the seed. Over time, your mind will begin to follow that direction. This isn't just feel-good fluff. Science backs this up. Your brain is wired to follow your focus. Where your thoughts go, your energy flows. Now let's talk for a moment about light. Not the emotional kind, but actual sunlight. One of the simplest, most natural energy boosters is right outside your window. Sunlight tells your brain, hey, it's time to be awake now. It triggers your body's natural clock and helps reset your sleep-wake cycle, or what scientists call your circadian rhythm. The best part? You don't need to sunbathe or go on a long hike. Just stepping outside for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning can make a huge difference. Sit on the porch. Open the blinds while you eat breakfast. Let the light hit your face. If it's a cloudy day, you'll still get the benefits. It's like flipping on the on switch in your body and mind, gently and naturally. And while we're on the topic of nature, let's not forget the emotional energy we get from simply being present. So often we rush from one thing to the next, even in retirement. But when you take a moment to notice the breeze on your skin, the sound of the birds, the smell of your morning coffee, you bring yourself back to the present. And in the present moment, there's peace. There's clarity. There's energy. You don't need a complicated morning routine. You just need one that feeds your body, calms your mind, and touches your spirit. Because waking up with energy isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And giving yourself the grace to let go of the rest. And let me tell you something you may not hear often enough. You're doing better than you think. Truly. Just the fact that you're here watching this, thinking about how to feel better and live better, that's powerful. You care. And that's the beginning of every positive change. You don't have to transform overnight. Just start with one small shift. one glass of water, one stretch, one deep breath. These little things may seem simple, but they add up in a beautiful way. Over time, they become your new normal. And one day you'll wake up, put your feet on the floor and realize, hey, I feel good today. So now that we've explored how purpose, light, movement, and mindset can all play a role in energizing your mornings, let's take a moment to talk about something a little deeper. Something that touches the heart more than the body. And that's connection. You see, one of the most quietly draining things as we get older isn't poor sleep or physical fatigue. It's loneliness. It's that quiet feeling that maybe the world is moving on a bit faster than we are, that maybe the phone doesn't ring quite as often, or the doorbell isn't heard as much as it used to be. And while we might not talk about it every day, it lingers in the background. And that sense of isolation? It steals more energy than we realize. But here's the beautiful truth. Connection doesn't need to be big or loud or even in person to matter. A short phone call, a little wave to a neighbor on your walk, a handwritten note, or even just commenting on a video like this to say, "Hi, I'm here." These tiny acts can spark joy, lift the spirit, and make your mornings feel full of life again. And that energy you feel from connecting with another soul, even for a moment, that's not just emotional, it's physical too. Your body responds. Your brain releases those happy chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, that tell your whole system, yes, life is good. Keep going. So if you've been feeling a little flat lately, try reaching out. Even if it's just to say, thinking of you. You might be surprised how much lighter you feel afterward. Now let's shift a little and talk about what you don't bring into your morning. Because just as important as the things you do is what you choose to leave out. That news broadcast that makes your blood pressure rise before breakfast? That mental to-do list that starts racing the second you open your eyes? That heavy feeling of guilt for something you didn't get done yesterday? Let it go, at least for now. You deserve mornings that feel soft, gentle, welcoming. That doesn't mean ignoring reality, it means giving yourself permission to start your day in a state of peace before tackling the world. Because when you start your day from a calm place, you make better decisions. You move more freely. And you carry that calm energy with you into everything else you do. One little tip that works wonders for this is creating what I call a grace buffer. It's that first 20 to 30 minutes after you wake up when you don't check emails, you don't scroll through social media, you don't dive into stress. You give yourself the gift of waking up slowly. You stretch. You sip your tea or coffee. You listen to the sounds around you. You move gently through your morning instead of charging into it. That grace buffer? It's like a warm hug for your nervous system. Grounds you. And yes, sometimes life doesn't allow for that. Maybe you have early appointments or responsibilities. But even 5 minutes of quiet before the rush begins can change your whole day. Try it. Just 5 minutes where your only job is to be. Breathe. Notice. Smile. You deserve that. Now let's talk about one last piece of this puzzle. Joy. Not happiness necessarily, because happiness can come and go. I'm talking about joy. That little spark in your chest when you hear a song you love, or smell something that reminds you of childhood, or laugh out loud at something silly. Joy is ageless. And it's absolutely essential for waking up with energy. If your mornings have felt dull or heavy lately, ask yourself this. When was the last time you did something just because it made you feel good? Not because it was good for your health or your checklist or your responsibilities, but just because it made you smile? That kind of joy isn't frivolous, it's fuel. So whether it's dancing in your kitchen, feeding the birds, wearing a color that makes you feel alive, or listening to that song from high school that still gets your foot tapping, bring more of that into your mornings. You are never too old to feel joy. In fact, I believe the older we get, the more we deserve it. And let me remind you, this whole journey of waking up energized, it doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require youth. It just requires presence. A willingness to treat yourself kindly. A curiosity to try new things. And the belief that you still have so many beautiful mornings ahead. You may have heard people say, aging is just a number, and maybe you've rolled your eyes at that before. But here's what I've learned. Energy doesn't belong to the young. It belongs to the hopeful. To those who still believe in mornings filled with possibility. That's you. That's all of us. No matter the date on the calendar. So tomorrow morning, when the light begins to peek through your curtains, take a deep breath and remember, you're here. You've made it to another day. And that, in itself, is a reason to rise with gratitude and strength. You're not just waking up, you're waking up to life. And there's so much more of it to feel, to enjoy, to share. Now, as we gently come to the end of this journey together, I want to leave you with a simple truth, one that's easy to forget but incredibly powerful once we really take it to heart. You are not running out of time. You are stepping into a new season of life that can be just as full, just as meaningful, and just as alive as any that came before it. In fact, it might be even more precious because now you know how to savor it. Waking up energized doesn't mean bouncing out of bed like a teenager or pretending your knees don't creak some mornings. It means rising with intention, with clarity, with love for yourself and for the day ahead. And that energy? It begins long before your eyes even open. It starts in how you treat yourself the night before, how you nourish your body, how you speak to yourself in quiet moments, and how you choose, each and every day, to embrace life even when it feels a little slower. Let me remind you, you've already lived through decades of ups and downs. You've navigated heartbreak, celebrated triumphs, helped others, and held your ground through storms that would have knocked others down. If anyone has earned the right to feel strong in the morning, it's you. Don't underestimate what your presence means in this world. Don't let age convince you that your energy is something of the past. You're still here, still learning, still growing, still rising. So as you begin each morning from now on, try this. Before your feet even touch the floor, place a hand on your heart and simply say, "Thank you. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this body. Thank you for one more shot at being present." That small moment of gratitude can shift your entire day. And it costs nothing. No equipment. No special supplements. Just a moment of love, directed inward. You don't need to do it all at once. If you're thinking, "This sounds nice but I've had these habits for years," don't worry. No one's asking for perfection. The smallest changes create the biggest ripple effects. Go to bed a bit earlier tonight. Leave your curtains open just a little. Set a gentle alarm with music you love. Keep a glass of water by your bed. Choose one small thing, and then another. Over time, these become part of your rhythm. And one day you'll wake up and realize you feel lighter, stronger, happier, more you. You may also notice that as your mornings become more peaceful, your whole day shifts. You handle things more calmly. You smile more often. You're more open to trying new things. Maybe even starting a hobby, joining a group, taking a walk in a new place, or just sitting outside to watch the sky change colors. That's what energy does. It creates space for joy to flow in again. And if there's ever a day when it feels like the energy just isn't there, because let's face it, we all have those days, let yourself rest without guilt. Give yourself grace. Energy isn't about always being busy, it's about being aligned with what your body and spirit truly need. And sometimes that means a nap, a quiet morning, or doing absolutely nothing, and that's more than okay. You're allowed to slow down without losing your spark. You're allowed to rest without feeling like you're falling behind. You're allowed to take care of yourself, not just because others need you, but because you matter. Before we wrap up, I want to say this: thank you. Thank you for showing up, for watching, for caring enough about your own well-being to take the time to listen and reflect. That speaks volumes about your strength, your hope, and your heart. And if no one has told you lately, you are doing a great job. If you felt encouraged by what we talked about today, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know, what part resonated with you? What will you try tomorrow morning? You never know who you might inspire just by sharing your story. And if you'd like more content like this, uplifting, practical, and made with you in mind, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're building a community here where age is not a limitation. It's a badge of wisdom, experience, and endless possibility. Here's to mornings that feel gentle, days that feel full, and a life that feels rich with meaning. Every single year you're gifted with. You've earned that. You deserve that. And I believe with all my heart, you can absolutely have that. So tomorrow, when the sun peeks in through the window and the world slowly wakes up, I hope you rise knowing this: you are not done yet. There is more laughter, more love, more adventure waiting for you. And it all starts with the way you wake up. Take care of yourself. Be kind to your body. Nourish your spirit. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. Here's to living your best life, at any age.